thing that worries me, that I get fearful, is that a lot of people will explore the paranormal without good tools to deal with the paranormal. And he was just very emphatic that I needed to return immediately and talk with his mother, that the younger brother was in trouble. And I said, well, let me just walk for a little bit and I'll go back. And it was like he showed me a picture, a visual of what was happening in the room of the younger brother. And it was, to be perfectly honest, one of the scariest things I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of stuff.
Welcome to the Better Each Day podcast radio show with Bruce Hilliard. Today and every day, reaching out for innovative ideas in every way. Today's show is brought to you by your future. It comes with a lifetime guarantee.
There are a lot of things that can happen. It's not like math, where things add up or don't. It's really, you don't know what doors you're opening when you're opening doors, and you don't know who you're bringing in when you're calling stuff, and you don't know, who you're confronting if you're going into a haunted prison or something like that. It's really cute to experience someone who's been imprisoned and hanged, and you can still feel them. It's like, I personally don't find that engaging. I'd rather let them go, but that's probably a cooperative experience for, imagine the guy's probably just an actor, the spirit going, hey, time to hang, okay.
Human nature to want to explore that kind of a thing, though.
Yeah.
I think that's what sells the tickets for the Hollywood stuff that I speak of.
Mm-hmm,
but yeah, you see that on TV pretty often. I find myself intrigued, though, and I want to tune in and see what they're doing. But like I say, it might be a half-hour segment, but maybe 3 seconds of what you're really waiting to see. So
right,
it's like going to the NASCAR race so you can see a wreck or something.
I was trying to decipher an appropriate analogy for that. It's like, waiting and waiting and waiting for the, for the climax, and then it's like, nah, never mind. It's like,
it's not like I want to see something bad happen to somebody. Right. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I think we are very curious because it's unknown, and I think we are very curious because there have been so many strict rules about that people said were true or not true. And I think we're in a great scientific burst of exploration for the normal person to go, okay, there are different dimensions. We are not, exactly what we thought we were. There's energy moving and flowing. There's, people coming and going, what is life and what is death and what... I'm really grateful for my experiences because I did get to heal my father after he passed, and then I got to see. I did get to see. They show me visions in my mind's eye of that healed the family to heal him after he passed, like his whole generations. Like for him to have been so wounded in his lifetime, that didn't just happen out of nothing. That is life, and that's growth, and that's history. And so to be able to be the one to go, all right, some people used to tell me when I was trying to heal that you chose this. I'm like, I don't care whether I chose it or not. Let's just get rid of it, But hindsight, or being able to see it from this perspective, like I'm really grateful for the abilities that I seem to have that allow me to help people clear negativity that they were unable to clear before. And so rather than having to live out everybody else's pain and having to live what's been given to you, like there's a part of you that is pure and clean and has a choice.
Here in the forest, dark and deep, I offer you eternity.
I like this because everybody can identify with it.
The battle between good and evil has been, I think it's part of the original design of this reality. For if we didn't have good and evil, or good battling evil, or evil to battle, if we didn't have evil to battle, what would we be doing?
Yeah, if you look into recent history, after Hitler was somewhat equalized, then we had to have a Cold War. So that was the new Hitler. It seems like there's always a war to be had.
Yeah.
And it's just like Hitler, because to me he was about as evil as anything I can think of. I don't know. Somebody might be able to top that, but he had issues.
And that would be interesting to call upon the spirit of Hitler, and just like so. So what were you thinking? Like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And if I go back to when, people would tell me, well, you chose this. And I'm like, okay, so if we chose this, and I'm looking around the world and going, dude, like, what were you thinking before you came? Like, really? And some people believe in multiple lifetimes. So then if you're really, really bad, then do you come back as somebody really, really good next time to balance it out? Or like, what's the game plan? What's the, what's going on?
Or you come back as a maggot, or I don't know.
Well, we're talking about malevolent spirits. We're talking about doing harm, spirits that are intending to do harm. And what's the point of that? So the story I shared earlier about the young man and his brother asking me to intervene, that was a malevolent spirit. I mean, it was out to like, dude, lunch time, got this kid, And the trick is to dismember the malevolent spirit and empower the victim to move beyond that. And maybe that's the point of all the good versus evil, is to, stand up, show up, be all you can be as strong as you can be as beautiful as you can be as talented as you can be, do you as best you can. And quite often it takes some kind of struggle to get us there. All right, so some malevolent spirits have a soul. They're just cranky people that refuse to give up their crankiness and are going to be cranky whether they're dead or alive, whatever they're doing. They're just going to be there just because they want to. They can choose that. Not everybody has to go to the light and be wonderful. They're like, nah, I'm going to create some havoc. And so there are some souls that are malevolent, that are about doing evil. And like we talked about poltergeists, there are just energetic patterns and energetic waves and energetic clouds that come and go, and they're not a soul, they're not a person trying to do anything bad. They're just a collective energy of negativity that can permeate and infuse a home, a person, a child, an adult. If you have some weakness, they can break into the cracks in your psyche and start to infect you with negativity.
Ouch.
I know, that sucks. So thus you want to be as strong as you can be and as clear as you can be in what you believe and what you think and how you want your life to be. And this is my personal focus and my personal preference. You can read lots of stories and get lots of information. You can Google this forever, and everybody has an opinion. My perspective is just that, how can your life be even better for you? And if you are doing better, then everybody around you is doing better as well, because your energy affects everyone else as well.
So I see sight, sound, emotion, feelings, action. What do these encompass?
It's a full body experience. It's what you're thinking, how you're feeling. Since the paranormal is not tangible, it's energetic, so you feel it like electricity. So you can hear sounds, you can be touched, you can feel an emotion, you can smell a scent that doesn't belong, you can see things out of the corner of your eye. They can move stuff. They can move things around on you. They can take things out.
There's a lot of things that happen
that
to
really
me.
Annoys me.
Yeah. Can they take my memory after I walk out of the room? But if I walk back into the room, I remember what I was doing. I think that's more of a personal thing there.
That is a personal thing.
I've often thought it was the doorway that erased my memory, because when I go back into the room,
yeah, it could be. There's an energetic field right there.
When I talk to you, it might be deeper than I ever imagined.
Oh, don't go there.
I know.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're having unexplainable experiences, and a lot of time, I think we think it's us, and I always always end my sessions with, am I crazy? Like, is there really something wrong with me, or is this real? And it's real to me, so I'm going to go with what's real for me, and I'm going to explore that and how that's working and how it's connecting, and what am I doing that's participating in this experience, and what's optimum and what's not. Is there good information? Is there not? When I talk about sounds, I hear people's voices, I hear songs, I hear, that kind of thing. Seeing things, coming and going, flashes in and out of this tangible reality. I quite often have to stop and go, okay, is there really a silver car over there or not? And it's like, oh, there is. Okay. Nope, no, there's not. Oh, okay.
You mentioned the sense of smell, which I
Yes.
understand is tied in closely to your memory.
Yes.
Psychologists say that, and I know it is me. I'll smell the smell of how addicts smell for some reason, and it brings back memories of addicts, the addicts I have known.
Like up on the rooftop?
Yeah,
under
up
the
where
roof?
I used to play when I was a little kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
nice.
yeah, so it might be somebody else's, but all of those kind of attics that are basically the roof line when you're up above the top floor of a house, they all kind of had that same musty smell. Yeah.
And what does that bring?
Playing in the attic of the
Fun?
house I grew up in,
Peacefulness?
Yeah, just doing a lot of it was music and stuff for me, but I did that in the basement, in the garage, in my bedroom, or wherever music was sold.
Or not.
Yeah, I created it. But
I used to play outside. I used to love to play outside, play music outside, and it just felt so good not to be confined. And I know when I was recording, it was really hard to stand still and pretend I'm outside singing and use my imagination to get that. But it's a much, probably because my home was quite confining and very negative.
When
so
you're
to
in
be
a recording studio, in order to get the feeling right, do you imagine yourself somewhere else other than in a room that's somewhat soundproof with a window looking at a recording engineer that's waving his hands at you or something?
Absolutely.
Like that?
Or making faces like, oh, another chick singer, here she is. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I really have to place my consciousness somewhere else. I can't pretend I'm somewhere else because I will not stand still in the little box, because you have to sit still in front of a microphone.
Yeah.
Otherwise it fades in and out. But I imagine, depends on the song, but like a concert hall or something really expansive that I'm feeling free. My favorite singing experience was when I went swimming with the dolphins a long time ago on a boat out in the Bahamas. It was like, that was the freest I had ever felt alive.
That makes total sense. Yeah. Why is that? I don't know. You were talking about getting a vibe from something. For some reason, dolphins seem like something that would be a happy thing.
They are. Yeah. That was my experience with them. They were very happy. They were very playful. I was blessed to go on a boat with a guy that played with the dolphins, and so he would go out to where they would gather, and it would be like, woohoo, humans are here. They'd come and they'd play with us for a while, and boom, they'd be gone. We'd be like, oh, all right, we're done now. But yeah, I would call them star babies. Just seem to have a pure, uplifting presence about them. Isn't that amazing? And talk about, I look around your studio and we have the Beatles everywhere.
I know.
And
that's disgusting.
And you are not the only one. I know many Beatle nerds all over the country, and it's a wonderful phenomenon. I mean, what a ripple for years and years and years, and they're iconic, and they're coming together. Yes, and you've got John Lennon on your
wearing
t-shirt.
A John Lennon t-shirt.
I know you are.
Coincidentally, I don't really select my clothes. I open the drawer, and whatever jumps out is what I wear.
Well, John must be with us today. He was a miracle man and struggled.
Came up on the last episode I did. We were talking about how he was a promoter of peace, but he had a sharp side to him too, that
he was a promoter of peace, but he seemed to really, for lack of a better word, piss people off.
Yeah.
I recall just watching him like, dude, really? And just fly in the face of the old systems, and knowing that he was riling people up all the while talking about peace. There's the battle, huh?
Yeah, he came in with kind of a destructive way of doing it, but that needed to be done, and it was at a point in history where it made sense. It still does. Things haven't changed that much.
No, they haven't.
John, where are you?
John, where are you?
War is a game that's gone too far, It's just like we've all just woken up one morning and thought, is it a dream? Is it a nightmare? What's been going on? And we're all just trying to make the next day a bit better.
When my son took his life, on his suicide note, he said, things will never change. As a matter of fact, they'll probably get worse. I don't want to do this. And so he chose to exit. And I thought, wow, now when I deal with him today as a ghost, as an angel, he helps me maneuver these crazy times because he has a different perspective than I do. Yeah.
Imagine if being all you can be is gracious. Thank you for attending the Better Each Day annual spiritual. No ghosts have been killed or injured during the production of this show. Again, it's been a hoot and a virtual poltergeiser, sorry about that, with paranormal from my friend Sanar Alexander. So, this year, trick-or-treating anywhere from 1313 Mockingbird Lane, treats with Eddie Munster, or 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, tricks with the Great Pumpkin. When confronted by spirits, always remember to ask, Uno, to whom do I owe this pleasure? Or, who the hell are you? And dos, what did I ever do to you? Or in other words, what the hell do you want now? And 3, never let them know you're feared. And finally, if they persist, have an executive exorcism or call Sanar.
So are you going to run for president of the United States?
I am the last person in the world. Well, I take that back. No, I'm just going to try to live this next part of my life in great joy and light and beauty, and hopefully be of service to people to help them live a great life as well. Better each day, right?
That's what we're calling it.
Isn't that wonderful? Yeah.
Well, thanks for being with me.
Oh, Bruce, it's such a treat. Thank you for inviting me. I'm hoping we brought up some interesting topics that people will listen.
Yeah.
Be entertained at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to hear what people have to say, the questions that I get and stuff. And I know where you live, Sanar. I'll look you up.
Back at you.
Okay.
Bye.
Listening to the Better Each Day podcast radio show with Bruce Hilliard. We'll be back with a new horizon, but until then, honor the future. It comes with a lifetime guarantee.
And we're all just trying to make the next day a bit better.